Successively, different countries just published statistics about economic growth in 2023. Actually, global economic growth in 2023 was not so brilliant. The global growth lacks momentum. So in that context, China's GDP growth rate, statistically speaking, is 5.2% in 2023. Some sectors have experienced a very strong growth, such as renewable energy or EV, electric vehicles. China's EV export is #1 in the world, and the number has surpassed all these other countries combined. But all in all, China's growth is not very brilliant because after the pandemic, Chinese financial system have suffered a lot during the pandemic, and just after the pandemic, our financial system have experienced a sort of deleveraging. Those deleveraging process have hampered Chinese growth or Chinese firms' borrowing capacities and investment capacity. That's why Chinese growth is not so robust. But globally speaking, in 2023, the global economy has experienced a triple low tide development. First, we know that economic growth has its cycles. Global economy is coming to the low tide of its development. The consumption is going down and the investment is going down also. The second factor of this low tide development is because, technologically speaking, the global economy is meeting a sort of a bottleneck of technology innovation. The last high tide economic development has been triggered by the development of internet-related technology. There is an accumulation of these technologies for almost 20-30 years before they reach a peak point and with a lot of technology innovations. While today, even we focus on AI development, on quantum communication development, all these technologies need some time to be matured and to get a larger application in our society, to change our way of life, to change our production ways. So it needs time. The third factor is that the global economy is experiencing the end of a long period of monetary policy releasing or extreme accommodating monetary policy. The world is coming into a period of monetary policy tightening. More and more central banks of the major economy are tightening their monetary policies, starting from Federal Reserve in the United States and followed by European Central Bank, Bank of England, Bank of Japan. All these central banks are tightening their monetary policies now. In previous years, when the liquidity is so easy, the capital was chasing new technology. While today, those technology companies will have much more difficulties gathering new fundings from those capital market, because those capital market were looking for those bond investments, for those financial investments that could get better return than investing in those technology companies. While the global economy is slowing, the spotlight in global economy is the rise of global south. If you look at the developing countries, many of them are growing faster and they are becoming so-called emerging economies. I can quote a lot of examples. Indonesia is one of them. In Africa, some countries are becoming new emerging economies. Turkey is also one of these important new emerging economies. And the rise of global south is to some degree related to Chinese Belt and Road initiatives. In 2023, we just commemorate the 10th anniversary of Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. Since China launched BRI, China has strengthened its investment in those global south countries. those investments in infrastructures has improved greatly the environment of economic development. That's why more and more those countries becomes more performing in their global development, in their economic structure, and in their development rates. Previously, in the 1970s, when the G7 created the Group of Seven, they represent almost more than 80% of global economy, while today, the G7's GDP represents only 30% of global economy. Even BRICS countries, without its enlargement, 5 BRICS countries represent more than 31% of global economy. So there is a sea change in global economy. The rise of global south will redefine the global economy order, and they will try to make a lot of things happen in global economy. In 2024, global economy will continue to experience a very, very difficult phase of development. For example, 2024 is a super election year. Election will be conducted in more than 30 major economies in the world. It will touch upon more than 3 billion people in the world. The focus will be shifted from economic development to some extent to political fight within their national framework. That's why I'm afraid that 2024 would not be a strong economic growth year. Apart from this, a lot of tensions are rising in the world, let alone Ukrainian war and Gaza war. There is a lot of tensions between Korean Peninsula, for example, with military exercise conducted by South Korea and the United States. North Korea is launching some alarming voices. And then North Korea said that facing these kind of challenges, new challenges, they will be prepared to counterattack. And also across Taiwan Strait, they have just elected someone who previously had defined its position as a defender of the separatists in Taiwan. So that could also trigger some tensions across Taiwan Strait. All these tensions could be called some geopolitical tensions. These geopolitical tensions will also hamper the global economic development. So 2024 wouldn't be a very easy year for global growth. Nevertheless, 2024 probably may witness an economic recovery, a stronger economic recovery in China. Because starting from the second half of 2023, Chinese government have taken some measures to support Chinese economic recovery. All these measures are making effect more and more. Looking at China's consumption curve is rising very, very quickly. In many, many cities, we are witnessing a return of tourists. Tourists across countries are visiting many, many cities. That created more opportunity for tourism, for financial development, for consumption. So all these will continue in 2024, and 2024 will be supported by increasing consumption in Chinese domestic market, and probably by more investment in some new technology, because Chinese government is planning a coming back in many key technology sectors.